Hello! Welcome to Little Arrow Soaps. Tonight is a bath bomb night. However, well, our whole month is bath bomb nights until further notice. However, tonight is also a product drop night. So we are releasing our May collection, which includes our Weird collection and a couple of sugar scrubs. More will come out as the month goes on, but I actually got some done for the release this time, so pat on the back for me. So, the sugar scrubs we're releasing this time are our watermelon sugar scrub and our Bomb Pop, which is based off of the Bomb Pop popsicle. Both smell amazing, nice light summery scents. Nice exfoliating scrubs. But yeah. Then for our soaps, we are going to be releasing our Soap, which is our cilantro scented soap. So for those of you who are interested in eating soap, this would smell the same as it tastes, as far as I am concerned, but we still do not advise eating the soap. But it's a nice, clean, light fragrance, so it's a lot of fun. Nice and refreshing. A nice alternative to some of the more traditional, like, clean scents people always call them, but still having that crisp cleanness to it. Then we also have our Pickle Power, which is a cucumber and dill with a hint of white vinegar. So it smells pickly without being overwhelming. It's definitely not like a jar of pickles in your face, but it's pretty good. Then we have our all-time favorite, which is based off of Whataburger, which is a big thing down here in Houston. And this one smells like honey butter for their famous honey butter chicken biscuit. Then we have 23, which is our Dr. Pepper fragrance. This is like a nice glass of Dr. Pepper with some ice cubes, and it smells just like Dr. Pepper. Is absolutely fantastic. You can even smell the bubbles. And lastly, we have our margarita soap on the rocks. This is a nice, fresh, limey, salty margarita. Not much on the tequila scent because that can kind of get gross quickly, but it's very fresh, very light, and a lot of fun. So, this is our release for this week, or this month. All of these are live on the website now. So if Zulu, if you could drop the link to the website there, that would be great. And yeah, as always, all of our stuff is extremely small batch, limited run. These things will be brought out in kind of a yearly basis if they do really well, if we enjoy making them. But these are some of the fun, unusual ones that we put out. And I'm really excited about them. But yeah, so we got our soap. Yeah, sticking to my things. Nice light green swirls. A little bit of ghost swirl kind of vanished. Kind of sad about that, but that's okay. Then our pickle, which is nice and vibrant and pickly. All-time favorite. Bringing back those famous Whataburger stripes. Of course, our Dr. Pepper looks like our glass of Dr. Pepper with some ice cubes in there. And then on the rocks, nice swirly foamy margarita with the ice. Lots of fun. Lots of good stuff. Very excited to have this whole collection out. And you guys cleared us out on sugar scrubs during the last MoCo event. So I had to bring back a couple more. I'm still working on more, but we're prepping for cons and kind of getting the soap portion of the conventions ready. Every one of the soaps is made. We're just slowly working on them. Yeah, we're going to bring back the gardenia. I still have to do a unicorn of some form. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that one yet. I have a couple of options. And then work on the actual, like, convention scrubs. So, we shall see how that all ends up. But for tonight, we are going to start with our Mario bath bombs, but we're also going to do an embed first. So this is a new mold from Kata Molds. It's called a hybrid mold. There we go. So it has small cavities to make individual little pieces, and then I can either use them as embeds, use them as toppers, or I can just sell them on their own as individual like color blocks. I feel like unicorn would smell like cotton candy, and I don't know why though. Our unicorn is actually going to smell like black raspberry vanilla. Because we have it in some soaps, and it was always requested. It used to be a bubble bath, and it was a very popular bubble bath, mostly because it was just encrusted in glitter. But the scent was really popular too, so we're bringing back that scent, but we're going to turn it into the scrub instead. Which we did a trial run of that scent in a scrub for Valentine's Day, and it sold out very quickly, so I think it'll be a good one. So my understanding with this new mold type is we just fill it like we would one of the vacuum press ones. And just kind of press it down. I have my knife here. Mom and I have a running joke about mimosa. I've never seen anything that is just mimosa, save one Yankee Candle years later. Mimosa would be a good scent. I've done some champagne scents, and I have champagne and oranges, so it is something we could do at some point. I have a nice Moscato or sparkling Moscato scent that's really, it's more champagne-y than like winey. Because some of the champagne fragrances can get a little sickly sweet, but this one's got a good balance to it. There's 1, 2, 3. Oh. Ah. Okay, trust the process. Let them all come out, and then move the thingy, or else you crush some of them. But they came out pretty cute. They actually came out, which I'm very happy with. So we'll see how these dry up and handle the whole being embeds process. They do not like being moved around much. That's okay. They're going to have to get used to it. Okay. So we'll make a couple more of these in different colors as we go through the night, but we'll start there. And we'll get into our better sized Mario block. So those of you who were here for our other Mario stream may have seen that the Mario block was the size of my hand. This one's a little more manageable. Just a bit more. So we're going to take some powder, add in our Mario, more powder, fill it all the way up, and a little over if anything. Oop. Then my press needs to come way up. just till I feel resistance. And bring him over. Bottom turned out good. Come on. That's a decent sized block. But now they almost feel small. Is there no winning with this thing? I don't know. I don't know, guys. It feels small. Maybe I do need to be doing them as giant blocks. Well, let's make a few more. Let's make a few more and see how they go. May just need to be filling them a little bit more tightly. Yeah, so the pressure makes it kind of stay together. There's binders in there, but a little pressure kind of pushes it all together. And you don't want to have too much pressure, and you don't want to have too little pressure. There's kind of like a fine line down the middle. It hurts my hands after a while, so that's why I use the press. It makes my life a little easier. There are like pneumatic presses and stuff, but they're super expensive, and they're also pretty limiting on what you can actually do with them. So I prefer not to use them. These do feel a little small now that we've made the giant one. I don't know. They've got a really great prize in them, though. This is probably one of our better prizes. Well, they will still be cheaper than the ones that we got, or the one that I got from Lush. I got theirs to kind of see what they did with it, because the internet was exploding about it, and it's nice, but it's just too much. Do I want to show that off? Yeah, let me make a few of these and then I'll show that off. That thing is massive. It's kind of ridiculous. Yes, I bought a Mario bath bomb, despite you. Okay, it is different. I had to see what they were doing. I couldn't just not acknowledge the fact that Lush started made them after I was like, hey, we, because I forget which one of us actually came up with the idea. After we said, oh, this is a good idea. It's completely different, okay? It's okay if you don't understand it. You don't need to. I do, and that's the important part. So, they're getting a much better ratio out of this than before. Because before, we made 5, and we were out of powder. we'll actually be able to make all of them now, which is what we wanted to do. So, has anyone seen the Mario movie? Because I thought it was fantastic, and I want to watch it again. What are you doing? Did you come out here to troll?
Yeah.
Okay, to be fair, this thing's... Give it to me. Go away. This thing's too big. It's way too big. But we made our own. You are messing up my packaging. We made one set with a 3-inch block, which this is a 4-inch block. This thing's massive and ridiculous. We made a 3-inch block, decided that was way too much. Now this is the 2-inch block. I'm thinking for the future we might want to see, we might want to get a 2.5-inch cube, but this is where we are right now. This is what we have. We've already spent enough on this project. Okay. Oh god, the original Mario Brothers movie. Yes, I've seen it too. It was special. Yeah, we've been trying to find somewhere to watch it online, but we have not had a chance. I saw it back when it was on TV. And disturbing in all of the ways. But I have it on DVD. Where did you buy it on DVD? We've been looking. Alright. Moving along nicely. I've had it for years, probably when it came out on DVD, probably. That's awesome. It is a terrible movie. Oh, everyone's going in at some point. Ah, yes. We're going to put a block inside of the block, but the block inside the block has the coin in it, because I figure if you got a block inside your block, you should get something else. And that's my executive decision. So that's what I'm doing. My taste is in my mouth when it comes to movies. That's great. All right. So, we've already surpassed our number, which is ideal. And I think this is going to work out nicely, because I bet these are going to be popular with the younger kids. And some of the big bath bombs are just too concentrated when you're putting a kid in a bathtub, because you usually put them in with, like, not a full tub. Ordered some stuff from y'all. Oh, thank you so much, Bullets. Really appreciate it. All right. Oh, the hat from Odyssey. Little hat ghost. There's some fun ones in this character pack. There's a wide variety. I think the only repeats are there's a couple of Marios. But other than that, yeah. You'll love the Bomb Pop. The Bomb Pop's one of my favorites. And I bring it back every year because it's just so good. And I regularly get people who are like, oh my god, it actually smells like a Bomb Pop. I'm like, well, yeah. Why would I name it after something and not make it smell like it? It's like half the fun. Kitty doesn't smell like cat. No, but it definitely smells like Sully. Kitty is not about cats. It's about Monsters, Inc. I don't have a sugar scrub, so I figured I'd get one. It's always a good idea to have a sugar scrub. You can never be too smooth. Especially with the summer coming up, all the dried dead skin, pool skin, and all that. Feet, they polish up tattoos pretty well once your tattoo's healed, not before. Before or after shaving, they're good for ingrown hairs. They can help get the makeup off of your feet. Surprisingly, I know what Sully smells like simply because up until Sunday, he had a meet and greet at Disney. I can't wait to go back to Disney sometime. It has been years. Like, one of my coworkers is planning on going to the Halloween bash next year. I'm like, I'm jealous. I would love to go. He'll be returning somewhere else in a little bit. Yeah, they've been working on the Pixar Pier in San Francisco. I'm really excited about in California Adventure. Our Sully smells like blue raspberry. Though, to be fair, I overzealously made 36 bars of that 2 years ago. So the smell has faded a little bit, but it still smells like blue raspberries, but it's more like wrapped blue raspberry candy as opposed to like in your face slushy like it was at first. But it still smells really good. But I also vastly overestimated how much other people would like the blue raspberry scent. I feel like you have the improvement there. Yeah, I imagine character suits in the California sun or Florida sun, not their strong suit, smell-wise. Bowser Jr. Filling all these up. Now, the improvement that I have over the Lush Bomb is that I'm actually filling these with toys, whereas theirs is filled with soap. And I feel like that's stupid. Because everyone wants soap in their bath bomb, right? He had some prime indoor real estate. Oh, I bet in that big suit. Also, Lush's bath bomb smells like exotic flowers and herbs and things like that. Mine smells like gummy bears, which I really feel like is more fitting for the Mushroom Kingdom. Hey, more Mario. Got 2 Marios in now. Plus, we'll be submitting one of these bad boys to GDQ, and Lush can't claim that. No, they cannot. Indeed, they cannot. I mean, they may have an official license, but yeah. I made my first batch of these before any of the leaked images came out. I was actually a little upset, but that's okay. Great minds think alike. Ooh, crumbly, crumbly. And we get to do whatever we want with these. And then you bought one. Yeah, I bought one. Are you ever going to get over the fact that I bought one? I almost bought some other stuff too, so. I still buy stuff from Lush. I'm just not as big of a fan of their bath bombs as I used to be because mine are better. I just find it weird that you're obsessed with the fact that I bought a bath bomb from Lush based off of one that I make to compare. You have to buy the competition to know it's no competition. I love that. That's perfect, Erin. Hello, Anchored. It's nice to see you. And hello, Ark. I see you there too. Everything's going by quickly as I'm stuffing Mario bombs. Shika. Let's see. I'm going to put in somebody I like. Ooh, let's put in a princess. I haven't done any princesses yet. We've got Daisy first. Speaking of buying things, we made sure we got some of the new soaps. Aw, thank you guys. Greatly appreciate it. Alright, does Daisy fit in there? Daisy is a tight fit. But she fits. We had to snatch up some ASAP, you know. Oh, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. Trying to get better at these drops. Got more of our stuff actually finished for it this time. But we're gearing up for our big convention season, so it's we're all on the bath bombs now. Do you have a mold for a bath bomb? I do not. However, there are some floating out there on the internet for like bath bombs. There's F-bombs and ba-bombs and all sorts. But that would be cute. We are looking into getting a power-up mushroom made. And we're getting a Animal Crossing leaf made, which I'm really excited about. And yeah, in keeping with the Mario theme anyway. Oh yeah, we do a lot of like gaming and pop culture themed things, so we've always got something going on. Can't wait to try them out. We've been looking forward to getting some stuff for you for a good while now. Well, I'm really glad you guys were able to get some stuff that you like. I really hope you like it. You'll have to tell me and be honest. What were you guys up to tonight, Anchored? Have you guys been streaming or doing anything today? I don't know. I've been super busy. I don't know who's on all the time because I don't actually have my real account linked to my phone, so I don't get alerts from anybody on my phone, which I really do need to switch that over. Alright. Unfortunately, we had to cancel a stream tonight. And decided the smart decision would be to call off tomorrow as well. My medication is kicking my butt and I need to rest. Busy weekend. I totally understand. You know, you just gotta... You come first. The stream, that's a great thing to have, but you come first. And, yeah. But it allows us an opportunity to pop around and see other streams and friends that we don't usually get to chat with. Well, we appreciate you stopping by. Very much so. It is nice to have those times where it's a little off schedule, you get to do stuff. Donkey Kong! I don't know why I'm not showing all of these off. I'm kind of getting out of the habit of it. But I'll show off the ones I like. The fun ones. The ones I recognize. Most of them I recognize, to be fair. I think there's like one or two like side characters who don't really have names that I don't know. But these are going to be super fun. Work it down a little bit, get it started. How small is the smallest batch you make? Is that a loaf? Yes, so a loaf is the smallest at 10 bars. I am looking into getting a smaller amount than that. Mostly for like the Soap Challenge Club and stuff like that, but I'm not sure if we would offer that as a custom size because the amount of effort between a 1 pound or a 1 kilogram mold and a 2 kilogram mold is not much different. So why give that to somebody for the same price when we would just make the bigger one? Little squid. I like little squids, they're cute. But of course, I like all of the ocean creatures, so. Starting to get lower on my bath bomb powder, and I'm debating if I should search for like specific ones or just keep pulling randomly. What do you guys think? Sorry, what was the question? I'm getting low on bath bomb powder for this batch. I've just been pulling randomly. Do we think I should keep pulling randomly or pick out a couple specific ones to make sure that they get into bath bombs? True random? I think that's what I'm leaning towards. Like, you know, I got some big names in here, and I got some supporting stuff in here. Nothing too crazy. 45. Why did we triple roll? I didn't see what the roll was for. Wasn't for anything, just seeing if it worked. Well, then in that case, we're staying random, I guess. This guy, whose name I cannot remember, but he's in Mario Party. And he's got a skirt, so I'm going to scoop up some bath bomb powder to put inside of him. Yeah, I think so. Something like that. Come back. perfect. I was very impressed with the movie and all the little references and stuff. I think it'll be fun to rewatch a few times. So, getting down to the end here, I think I've got at least one more, maybe two, and then we'll make embeds with the rest of it, because the fragrance on the embed doesn't matter as much. We'll be making actual unscented embeds, but why make more yellow if I already have yellow? Because both of my actual bombs tonight are going to be yellow based. So there was some debate. I didn't know Mario passed Super Mario Brothers 3 and that Yoshi exists. Yeah, there were a lot of references to like other games and things like that. A lot of like early Nintendo stuff. Like there was Clyde from Duck Hunter. Okay, I've done a few Marios tonight. I'm gonna do someone else. Crafting! Oh, Waluigi. There we go. That's some fun. I'm still recovering from burnout. I'm tired. I like trying to give myself grace and patience, but I'm not that nice to me. You have to be nice to yourself. You gotta do it. Because you have to stay with yourself all the time. There is no escape from you. So you need to be and are your best advocate, your best friend, your best everything. There we go. But we are here to give you some distraction and support if you need it. We are going to kindly ask Zulu if he would like to grab me another cookie sheet from the dry room, as I failed to do so on my own and need one. Oh no, are you gonna break out, Waluigi? Yes. He's trying to break out.
Not break run if I'm not there to do the rip.
I'm not breaking it. Waluigi might be.
I think it's perfect size.
Yeah. It's going to be our smallest prize bomb, but it's also our best prize.
Yeah.
So. Alright.
I'm not really sure what to do with these.
I will take care of them.
Okay.
You can set that down. And take this one because you're this. Oh, wait. Can someone take a picture, please?
Exclamation mark photo.
They look so perfect and square.
Yay.
Thank you, yeah, that's a much better size than before. So, I am pleased.
Which one's Waluigi? Is it this one?
The one that's sitting off by himself, did he just drop powder?
Somebody's cracking here.
Yeah, I think that's Waluigi. Let's see how he heals up. If not, he might be our demo block.
Yep.
What did I use this glitter on? Oh, I used it on Easter eggs. This is an Easter egg tray. Alright, clearing out my other tray. Then I bring out our next stuff. This one is, these are so glittery and so saturated. I'm gonna have to clean those up before I'm able to reuse them. But that's okay. We take this, we flip it over because all of these are getting their own convenient little back stand. we're done with this mold. So we're gonna set it aside. Did I do the photo change? Did the photo change from an option, from a channel points option? Yes, it did change from a channel points option because we want to encourage more photos. And especially since now Zulu does some stuff on camera, sometimes we're not there, so we wanted to make it more accessible so that we could really kind of share the process better. Cleany, 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 cleany. So much cleaning. All this stuff, once it's really on the table and loose like this, it's too dry to really work with. So it just becomes spare. So I got this funky embed mold. We're gonna try it out. I think this is the way I want to go with it. We're gonna put our little bit of powder in here. It is definitely not full, but we're just gonna test it out. Leave that on. And flip it over. Take off the back plate. Put it on a coaster, which is why it's coaster sized. Haha. And then we lift this up somehow. And we made tiny embeds. These are half the size of the ones I buy. But they're also like really small. But look, I made them. And they didn't die all instantly. Yay! These ones are dead though. These ones are dead. I expected this though. But I got a few. And they're actually holding together. Doing what they're supposed to do. So, that's good. Alright. Make some space. Bring in my next fragrance. And we're gonna make some stars. Okay. How am I, for being the dumb guy and asking you to explain the difference between soap and bath bomb thing? I have no idea and by no means need all the details. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and run the ad real quick and I'll explain the difference between soap and a bath bomb pretty quick. Or once we get done. Break this up a little. I need to add some glitter. Glitter, glitter, glitter. All of the glitter. I didn't realize I'd gone through most of my glitter, so I need to order more glitter. But yeah, just all of this glitter. Glitter, 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 glitter. Woof. Okay. So this is the Mario Star bath bomb that I'm going to work on now. It needs lots of glitter. So, anyway, getting back to the difference between soap and a bath bomb. So, a bath bomb is not used to necessarily clean your body. It is more of a cosmetic thing, like a face mask or stuff like that. So instead of like grabbing a bath bomb and scrubbing your body with it in the bathtub, you dissolve it in the water and then you soak in it. And that allows your skin to absorb and exchange nutrients with the bath bomb. We use clays and butters to help with moisture and things like that. So it's really more of a treat for your skin, more like a lotion in the bath than like a soap that cleans you. And so soap is designed to use triglycerides and fatty acids to actually remove excess oils from your skin and kill bacteria and things like that. I should have mixed this in my bigger bowl, but that's okay. I have a second bowl. Yeah, they fizz and they add color and texture to your water and just in general kind of enhance the experience. Not that a bath on its own is like boring. It's just, I always kind of describe it as like a personal hot tub. But it's just another way to kind of self-care as well as provide you with more of a aesthetic experience in the bath and provide those nutrients and interactions with botanicals for the skin and things like that. So like I said, in ours we use kaolin clay, which is soothing to irritated skin and also softens the skin, helps loosen up dead skin and things like that. And then we also use cocoa butter, which is nourishing to the skin, softening, in general just makes it feel nicer. Then we also use sunflower oil, which is antimicrobial and antimicrobial and anti-aging, at least according to some sources. We're not big on saying, oh, our soap is anti-aging or our bath bombs are anti-aging, because that's not something that we can do. Water has texture. That's a new one, but your explanation makes sense. So yeah, the water has texture. It's like, it makes it a little tiny bit thicker, and also with like the cornstarch and clays and stuff, it just feels silky versus just wet. Water has texture, that's a new one, but your explanation makes sense. I have like bought them once for a cousin, but that was an error, and what you wanted, here you go. Yeah. Bath bombs are very popular, especially with people who like bathing for like self-care, like myself. That's how I started with bath bombs. I was buying too many bath bombs, too much money on them, and discovered I could make them for like a fraction of the price. And my skin really likes them. My hair is okay on them, but just in general, that practice of like sitting in the bath and just enjoying a quiet moment is really what draws me to all of it. Like the Lush Mario one? Yeah! I used to buy a lot of Lush stuff, and then Lush betrayed me and made a jelly bomb that was super slick, and I dislocated my shoulder in the shower because I didn't realize how slick it was. And this is the first Lush bomb that I have bought since then. They gifted me some after I was injured, which was nice of them, but kind of swore off their bath bombs after that. I still buy some like good face creams and stuff like that. So what is it that you're calling it in bed versus the actual bath bomb thing? So this star that I'm pressing right now is a bath bomb. The little pieces like this is what I call an embed. I sometimes will put these of different colors into a bath bomb of a different color so that as it dissolves, different colors show up in the water, which is kind of fun. So like I have one that's like a rainbow, and I put it inside a white cloud, and then that bath bomb shoots out those rainbow colors into the bath from the cloud, and it looks really cool. But it allows you to do kind of like special effects in a bathtub. Come on, come off. No! Why are you behaving like this? Are you too dry? Did I talk for too long? It didn't bite the dust, it just cosmetically cracked. But yeah, you might as well call it bite the dust, because I'm going to re-squish it. Do I need more oil? Are you too dry? You're kind of dry. But every time I add more oil, it always messes up. Oh, that's right. I have a little spritzer of alcohol. Where did it go? There it is. Where did you go, little spritzer of alcohol? I know I had you shortly. Did I knock it over? Nope, there it is. Ha! Alcohol. That's kind of what I thought, but I thought like each little piece was an ingredient, like one pellet is conditioner, one was like, what the heck is that called? Exfoliator, yeah. Yeah, some bath bombs will do that, where they have like different stuff, but I find that, especially in Houston, we have a humidity problem, and yep, Grimm's Borkin. With the humidity, it can cause problems for the bath bombs drying and setting, and so having a difference in texture on the inside versus the outside can be detrimental to that. So we try and minimize that and make it more cohesive. It's still really dry. Better. So I'm just doing the surface here because I don't want to get it too wet, and also the alcohol is going to dry out, so I don't need to mix in a whole lot at a time. My little mister here mixes in very small amounts at a time. Okay. Also could be just pressing too hard or too soft. There's a lot of fine balance. I'm way too much of a mechanical engineer for this. Yeah, this is definitely more of the like chemistry and arty side of science experiments. That worked much better. There's so many little factors like humidity, different density of your product, different size grains of your acids. It can all make a difference in the long run of the product. All right, got a little chip on the corner of that one, but the underside is perfect, so we're gonna go with it. I can do the chemistry part, I follow that, yeah. Yep, the chemistry part's the easy part, but there's just more nuance to like the blending of it and all. And then, of course, the arty side where you like colors and glitters and things like that. Just been a minute since I did chem stuff. Oh yeah. The chemistry stuff, I was not good at chemistry and stuff in high school, but I think they also made it hard on purpose. At least it felt that way. Whereas now I'm doing this and I'm doing chemistry on a fairly regular basis, it feels easy. But then again, I also do like physics, math every so often for my day job, and that stuff's a little easier, like radiation physics, because I work in x-ray and orthopedics, so casting bones and stuff. We work on angles, trajectories, counterbalancing and things like that, which is all so much fun. Crooked casts make straight bones. Gotta like counter wedge things in order for them to go the direction you want them to actually go. Let go cleanly. Better. If I was really smart, I would remix this, but I have more powder in my mixing bowl, so I can't actually do that. So I'll just keep doing this because this is working, and sometimes working is all it needs to do. Because then I'm just going to need to remix the other one if this one's already dry. So. Shaky, shaky. So these ones will turn into the Mario stars. I will absolutely obliterate them with glitter and squish them down. And then paint little eyeballs on them. Because they're adorable. Is that a machine I'm hearing or something else? That is our dishwasher in the background having a wonderful time draining. Sounds like a blubber. I mean, there's stuff in the sink, so maybe that's doing part of it. It drains through the garbage disposal, which I've never understood why anyone who created washing machines thought that was a good idea. Finally one with zero cracks on both sides. Yay! We're getting better. When I was a kid, I had casts on twice for my disability. Why, I have no idea. My bones weren't like broken to make them No, Grim, you're okay. Sorry, Grim's afraid of fireworks. I think someone just did. Hey, sit. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay.
Fireworks at home?
Or a transformer or something exploded. I don't know. I don't think it's enough to medicate him right now, unless it happens again. But yeah. He's going to be on high alert for a little bit. So, ready for more working, guys. But But back to that. When I was a kid, I had casts on twice for my disability. Why I have no idea. My bones weren't like broke to make them heal in any certain way, but I did have them in all cool colors, including glow in the dark. Yeah. Sometimes we will use them for what we call like serial casting, where we'll cast, especially kids, multiple times, trying to like correct the angle of their feet or stretch out tendons and things like that, because we cannot trust small children to leave their braces on all day. If it was an adult, we'd slap them in a brace and be like, okay, see you in 6 weeks. But a little kid's going to take it off every time mom's not looking. So we'll put them in casts for non-broken bones as well. And the glow in the dark, a lot of places have discontinued the glow in the dark because A, it was a little bit carcinogenic, and B, it glowed too well. I have heard reports that it was like beacons at night. Grim, you're okay, I promise. The big, loud, scary noise outside is not going to come and get you. Yeah, I love my cast saw. To get super technical at my job, I miss my Striker cast saw. It's the cast saw that people have been using since like the early 90s. It was really good. It was really convenient. It was really good. But they stopped making the blade for it, and I'm not happy because the replacement is not as good. And we're seeing a lot more kids getting burned from the friction. I didn't think they could actually correct stuff like that without breaking stuff first to give the stuff mobility. Yeah, sometimes we don't have to break it. The most common that we'll do is like, one of the doctors I work with specializes in kids with cerebral palsy, and you can get, I'm not sure what your experience is, I'm not going to presume, but with some of our cerebral palsy kids, they'll get the muscle contractures, and if you get muscle contractures while you're going through a growth spurt, it can actually cause the bone to kind of twist a little bit, or the tendons don't grow in the right way. So we'll put them in a cast in their growth spurt years, sometimes for a couple weeks, sometimes for a couple months. I just had one kid who's been in them for like 6 months, and he finally got out. I was so happy for him because he was a stinky foot kid, and that was not fun having him in double leg casts and having to switch those out every couple weeks. But for him, like the tendons in his feet were ripping off of the bone because his bone was so soft from growing. And so you put him in a cast to prevent him from moving it in the way that's going to cause that to happen. And then it heals right up, and he stops his little growth cycle, and he should be good to go. And there's other weird stuff, like a lot of kids who walk on their toes. I've noticed myself watching children in public walking and wondering if their parents know that there's things they can do about them walking on their toes. Like 2, 3-year-olds, yeah, they might toe walk. That's a thing. Always get it checked out, but most doctors aren't really going to do anything about it until they're hitting like 5 to 7, because at that point, they're actually causing a shortening of their Achilles tendon, and that's a big problem. Like, I know myself, I was a bit of a toe walker as a kid, and I kind of wish my parents did something about it, because I do have short Achilles tendons now as an adult. I don't toe walk, but I did. But I wasn't a really severe toe walker. We got some kids who come in, and they're like basically walking on their tippy toes because their tendons are so short that they can't. When I was little, the cast saw was literally the size of a pizza cutter without a guard. Scared the crap out of me. Yeah, they're kind of the same. There's some different ones now. but most of them are still about the same as that. They have guards, but the guards are, again, mostly for the vacuum cleaner. To help ease kids' fears, I actually rub the blade while the cast saw is on up and down my left forearm. And as you can see, I have no open wounds. I just did it yesterday. So I always tell people it's gonna tickle. I have a rule in my cast room. I am not gonna lie to you. You're not gonna lie to me. I'm gonna tell you if it hurts. I'm gonna tell you if it sucks. We're gonna get through it all together. And I always tell kids that it's gonna tickle because, frankly, in my opinion, it does. I've used it to scratch mosquito bites. Works pretty well for that. But there's still the kids who get freaked out, so I've gotten good to the point where I can get most casts off in under a minute, even with the kid swinging at me. How you manage that, I still don't know. It's all about friction. It's a friction blade. Anything that moves with the cast, so like your skin moves, it's not going to cut it. But if it doesn't move, it goes right through. I'm talking to Rescue right now for the mushroom mold. Do you want the original 8-bit version? Yes, the 8-bit version would be super cute. But the modern one might be easier. Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. Everything else we do is kind of stylized and modern, so I'd actually go with the modern version. And I think the curved lines will be easier for the strength of the thing. Because, like, we have the pixel hearts and stuff, but yeah, I think the modern one is the way to go. It will fit with the general aesthetic better. The ones they have now, they make me laugh because they're so tiny and the guard covers half of it. Yeah. Some old school x-ray or cast orthopedic techs will actually remove the guards because they slow you down. But, I don't know. It's a ever-evolving system. Everyone's always like, isn't there something easier or better? But, meh. You could sit in the bathtub for like 45 minutes to an hour and slowly unravel it, but hey. Not to mention there's a freaking vacuum attached to it that knows dust. Well, you know, it's good to not have a particulate-induced lung cancer in your workforce, you know? I'm a big fan of not having particulate-induced lung cancer. Sounds like a lawsuit waiting to happen. Random question. How often do you watch Moko? But I don't care how often you watch Moko. But do you know where I can see a pic of all the prizes that were given away? That would be a question for Zulu. If you're in the Moko Discord, though, I believe that they are under the Big PP party. You just might have to scroll like really far. A little more water on that one would have been good. Or not water, a little more alcohol. I was in there and I got a message. I want a pouch and I don't remember entering. Oof. Yeah, I'd reach out to Derek on that one. I think that he's going to have that information better. When I was the age with the cast on, there was no vacuum, so there was just plaster everywhere, which I thought were my bone fragments. Oh, we had a little kid in one time, and we were explaining to his parents that, when the cast comes off, there's going to be a lot of dead skin, and you want to just be really careful with it because it's really sensitive. And the kid thought that, well, and we explained to them, like, okay, Zulu, you can rip another one. This one's ugly. We were explaining to them that the the dead skin would fall off over the course of a couple days. And the kid thought that we told him that his skin, like all of his skin, was going to fall off over the next couple of days. And he was absolutely freaking out. And like, we tell this to people all day, every day, so we didn't really think anything of it. We're like, oh, he just doesn't understand. He'll figure it out in a day or two. But one of our doctors came in and she's like, she was a new doctor, what we call a baby doctor. She's like, is there any way we could change the wording so we're not freaking children out? And we're like, ma'am, we've been using this wording for decades. If one child's having an issue today, we're going to talk to that one child and not change our entire procedural script. But doctors do that sometimes. They're put in an awkward situation of having to deal with the patient's emotions, and some of them are not prepared for that. And so we have to taper them down and be like, look, that's not how this works. We've been doing it a certain way for a while. If one child has an issue, we will address it with that kid, but we don't have to change everything. All right, now I have enough space in my bowl to actually start mixing in a little oil. Should make this process easier. Because the oil really makes a difference. Big thing is I thought I was getting hit because I could feel the windage off the blade and the friction would make it feel freaking hot. If it was getting hot, your cast tech was not doing a good job. The friction gets it hot, but you should be pulsing your blade in order to keep that from happening. I get like 4 and 5 year olds, even as young as like the youngest I ever casted was 5 months. But like my 4 and 5 year olds, I tell them it's the tickle machine, and we do a little zip. And we show it on me. Sometimes we show it on mom. And I'd say I get about 40% of them giggling by the end. Because it's fun and it's silly. But heck, every kid's experience is different. I have some kids who come in and we think, oh, you're going to do great. You were totally cool when we put the cast on. You're not going to be freaked out at all. And then they totally lose their shit. You never really know until, you know. Stars! They're starting to pile up. Finally. I still want to do a little more. I don't want too much oil because then it'll be soft for too long. I don't want not enough oil because then it'll keep crumbling. That's feeling better though. Such a fine balance. Like I said, I had one cast tech guy that realized how freaking scared I was, and he legit promised 3 or 4 year old me $100 if he hurt me. And he got me through almost all my casts. Pretty sure the bad memory was the guy when that guy was on vacation. Yeah, I have whole families that will drive literal hours to come see me. Because they either had a bad experience with another cast tech or they just had such a good experience with me that they're like, hey, my other kid broke their arm, can I come see you? I'm like, well, technically you're not seeing me, you're seeing the doctor, but yeah, you can come to my clinic. And that always feels nice when they say that, because like, I want to make the experience better for them, because I've broken bones. I've broken 5 or 6. I can't remember if we ever decided if my finger was broken or not, but I have personally never had a cast because I've only broken stupid things in stupid ways. I was in a boot once. Well, I was supposed to be in a boot and I just stayed in a shoe because I was being difficult. But I also was a new person. Getting my brace casts made was worse because they use those scissors that make the loud snap cracks. Oh, see, I can understand as the patient hating that noise, but like as the tech, that snap crack pop that those scissors and the spreader makes is just the best. I absolutely love it. It's like cracking open a walnut. A stinky walnut, but a walnut all the same. There we go. These guys are turning out much smoother now that I was able to get some oil in there. You know, I think I know why these dried out. I've added glitter, and I didn't account for that in my initial mixings. Okay. Far enough down, I should be able to add more to the whole thing. Mixy. When I had new ones done, they sliced them with razor knives in like 10 seconds. And it was like, why was this not a thing when I was 5? Yeah, they've got some really cool advancements in orthotics and prosthesis and stuff like that now. I've thought about going further into like prosthetics and bracing, SMOs, AFOs, all that good stuff. But I really like being hands-on with the individual patients, and it's better. Oh yeah, the plastic for like braces and stuff is so much easier to deal with. Yeah, when it comes to the cracks, like I always warn my patients what's going to happen. I know a lot of people don't, but I feel like if I am honest with my patients about what's going to happen, I tell my patients about all of the different things that they're going to experience, it really makes a big difference. Because like, if I tell you, hey, this is going to feel uncomfortable for about 30 seconds. You're much more willing to go through that 30 seconds of being uncomfortable. Whereas if I just sprung it upon you, I'm like, okay, hold still, and then moved your foot or ankle or knee, and it was uncomfortable, you'd think that I was purposefully hurting you. But we try not to do that. I try to explain the situation. I tell kids what happens when your cast gets wet. I tell kids what happens when you stick something inside your cast. I'm not going to play the, oh, it could be really bad game, because you deserve to know what's going on with your own body. I mean, we say it, of course, in age-appropriate ways, but, you know, it's important. Kids are people, too, and you should talk to them like people, and I think that's one of the reasons why my patients keep coming back to me. I mean, also, a lot of them are klutzes, apparently, but I have one family that keeps coming back to me. I recognize the name on my list, and I'm like, all right, which brother is it now? Cracked a base because how bad I jumped from the scissors. Oh yeah, if somebody had warned you, hey, it's gonna make a noise, it's gonna feel funny, but it's just normal, you probably wouldn't have jumped so much. Or they could have anticipated your jump better. And I think being able to anticipate, like, oh, I had this little kid, this bad little boy. The whole time I'm making his cast, he's being a little, what we would call finky, little brat, mischievous, thinking he's being clever doing stuff. And I'm trying to get him in this cast because if I don't, it's gonna be an issue. And the whole time I notice that he's eyeing my scissors that I keep setting down on the table just what I think is out of his reach. And I catch on to his eyes, and he's checking me, he's checking the scissors, checking me, checking the scissors. And his mom's just going on and on as we're talking about the rules for the casts and how to keep it clean and dry and stuff. And suddenly he makes a grab for him. This little 4 or 5 year old kid. And I intercepted that second hand, got plaster all over him. But he didn't grab those scissors because I know as soon as he had those scissors, he was coming at me with them because he was one of those kids. Ugh. I'm not usually afraid of children, but there are a few. There's been a few where I'm like, you're going to stab me if you get the chance. And he was one of them. Okay. Doing pretty well here. So after this, we're going to make some embeds. I have Pokeballs to paint, but I don't feel like painting tonight, and I'm not taking them anywhere. So I'm just going to let them sit on my rack for now. We'll do a bigger painting night on an easier bath bomb night. But I mainly need to get some of these embeds done because some of the embeds we're going to do tonight are actually going to go into bath bombs that we're making for the rest of the time. Oh yeah, walking casts will definitely be big tanks. I make most of mine thick, so some of the other casts like, why is it so thick? I'm like, because I work with children and they're going to break them. And they do. And other people are like, oh, you have a broken cast. What am I going to do? I'm like, none of my casts break. That's not my work. I know my work. We all have different styles. It's just like any other art. So this weekend we have a festival in Brenham, outside of Austin. We're doing a German wine and music festival, which looks like it's going to be or New Braunfels. Sorry, I don't know. There's so many little towns in Houston, Texas. They all consider themselves part of bigger cities and all that. Yeah. Okay. I think I got 2, maybe 3 more in here. Makes me sad. There's going to be a huge Moko meetup. Next time, Zulu. Next time we'll do it. I promise. Besides, German wine and music. I'm sure there will be beer and sausage and pretzels and other amazing fair foods. Looking forward to cheese. Maybe we will be at the Pecan Street Festival next year. You never know. Busy, busy bees we are. So many stars. Then I have to do a double batch of Kirby's because Kirby sells out so fast. And a better batch of Doctor Who. This might be my last star. So, for my embeds, I'm going to need embeds for a couple of bath bombs. The biggest one, or the ones I need the most, are for the Jinx Bomb, because I don't have any left over from last year. And then I need embeds for... Who else needs an embed? Mixtape's gonna need them, and the Among Us guys are gonna need them. Might do an embed in the dragon tart or the dragon egg. Maybe not. We shall see. Yeah, that's not enough for a star. So we are done with this guy. Let's use our little weird embed thing here. I have not decided if I like this or not yet. Let's try it this way this time. That feels better. Alright. I got nice and full. Somewhere like this. This feels like it's working better. Just hand packing. Bring that all the way down. Give it a little press. That feels better. Why don't you start? There you go. Beautiful little cubes. And it worked. A full sheet of embeds. that would cost me like $2 online. All right. How are we on the ad breaks Zulu? Because I need to do a remix on the other part and find another sheet. I can do an ad break. Okay. Let me sweepy. So much sweepy. Very dusty bombs tonight. I didn't really check the humidity before getting started. And you two are still in use. So you'll stay here. You'll go over there. Y'all go in there. Bring this out. Alright. So, I got a new sheet. Half of my sheets are covered in like broken bath bombs, so I need to go through my rack and get rid of old stuff. I'm gonna finish remixing my stuff here. Oh, it doesn't feel bad. It's still mixing. Remixed. Now, my ratio is a little bit different on these because I want them to be a little bit more reactive. So put a little bit of higher level of citric acid in them. All right, I've got my spoon. I have my red and blue. I'm going to start with my red. Red is one of the most important colors for my embeds. I think that'll be more than sufficient. Any thoughts for dinner? Not really, if I'm being honest. I haven't really been thinking. I've been thinking about dinner, but I haven't really come to any conclusions. What about you? Have you had any thoughts about dinner? Okay. So in the embeds, we want a slightly higher concentration of colorant as well, so that proportionately it colors a much larger space. So I need some more here. So we want there to be no doubt which color you've gotten. Because our Among Us embeds, we either do blue or red for either crewmate or imposter. And if you don't know, you're going to be very confused. We also need it for our Harry Potter sorting hat bath bombs. And again, you really want to be sure you know which one you're getting. Though I'll probably do those more like live colored, same batch. Alright, that feels good to me. Mix that around. Okay, we're full. We press. We're going to try not pressing, we're going to try just hitting it. I only have an AU/IT t-shirt, and it's the only time you'll ever see me willing to acknowledge that film. AUIT? I don't know what you're referencing. I may, but I may just be stupid at the moment. Oh, this thing's pretty easy to use. That's not bad at all. Among Us/it. Ah. Red embeds. And frankly, I'm just gonna loosely toss them on the sheet there and reuse the board. Sorry, spacebar is problematic at times. I understand. Ooh, this is gonna make a mess. Never hurts to. Horror's not really either of our genre. Sometimes I'll do suspense, but even that, it's a little iffy for me. I do not handle jump scares well. One downside this thing is I can't really rinse it between molds, so we'll have some crossover ones, but that's okay. Because if you rinse it, it gets wet and it retains water, and then it messes up all of the other ones. It's okay, we have some crewmates who wish they were in the imposter. Look, I am hardly ever the imposter when we have played with our friends. So when I am the imposter, I get excited and it gives it away pretty obviously, and I feel really bad. How do I like my steak? Hello, Patchy Cat. I like my steak black and blue, as a proper person should. I also like it free. Free steak is also good. Medium rare's fine, especially for restaurants and stuff, but black and blue when you can. Especially when it's good steak. But if you're serving it black and blue, you have to serve it on a hot plate because it will get cold. Well done, you need a therapist. Haha, Patrick Cat, joke's on you. I've had several. The last one asked me to fire her. Mostly so that we could be friends afterwards and she could come to my wedding, but, you know, still. Okay, I love how easy this embed mold is. It is fantastic. I now feel shame for buying embeds at ridiculous prices for 2 years. And I won't be doing that again. Well done ruins the steak. You might as well go and tear this cow's skin off. Yeah, I've never quite understood the well done because it's like it's not even a steak at that point. Just eat beef jerky with a fork and a knife. Is it because that's how you were raised, Aram? Or of making jokes about steak too? It's a medium rarely well done. But, like, is that how you were raised? Is that how family around you made steaks and that's just what you're used to? Do you have issues? Do you think that the pink stuff coming out of it is blood? Because I can assure you it's not. It is not blood. Have you tried other styles of steak in a setting where it would be done properly? Because, like, I know Zulu has some family members who think that any pink is blood, and they're like, oh my god, it's bleeding! I'm like, no, that's not blood. I forget the exact name for the fluid, but it's a fluid that happens when you, like, cut cells open. It has nothing to do with blood. Legally, all the blood has to be drained, and they sell that to make dog food. Unfortunately, yes, because the chances of it coming out well done is rare. It's a texture thing. What second question, I guess, then is what cuts of steak are you eating? Because if it's more of a textural thing, you may be leaning more towards higher or lower fat textures. Wait, I do everything well done because I can't stand anything pink, but I don't overcook it. By saying it's well done, it's automatically overcooked. The juice is just evacuating it at that point. Patrick Cat, you coming in here causing the controversial topics. I love it. Come by more often. I'm a filet person by the restaurant's definitions. So if you're saying that so when it's not well done, is it too soft or too like stringy for you? Because like before I was a orthopedic tech, and before I was a x-ray tech, and before I did bath bombs and all this stuff, I was a chef. So I take personal offense. Gooey isn't the right word, but it's the only thing I can think of. All right, so I'm gonna suggest next time you have a steak, don't go for filet mignon. The tender, gooey part is because there's not much connective fiber built up in there. If you're looking for a firmer bite of steak, try a sirloin. It's still lean, but it has a firmer texture just right off the cow because it's a more used muscle. And it's not going to have that gooey or tender texture that you would associate with like a filet. It's going to have a little bit more of a chew to it, feel a little more cooked right away, even at a medium or medium well. It's also going to have minimal connective tissue through it, like a ribeye would, or minimal fat pockets like a ribeye or a New York or even a T-bone, but it's going to have a lot firmer texture than the filet. Alright. Just a little bit of this goes a really long way. It's generally a size thing. I can get 6 or 8 ounce, which is usually enough to too much of the appetite. You should be able to get an 8 ounce or a petite sirloin, which is usually about 6 to 8. You can always talk to them. Cut it in half and take it home. At least in Texas, we tend to have a lot more options as far as sirloin because it's like the state cut of meat. I love a good ribeye, especially the ribeye prime. I love a good filet. I'll eat most cuts, honestly. I am definitely a meat eater. Feels like it's never ending. I had a dry aged New York strip. It was the best kind of steak. Oh, one of the best that I've had was a dry aged Kobe filet in New York, and it was amazing. Dr. Pepper, please. Oh, definitely usually root beer. But we're ordering dinner, and it is unfortunately not an option. But when it comes down to root beer, I'm looking at like Stewart's. I like Stewart's. I don't see it often enough as a soda option. But we also have like some local companies that make sodas that make some pretty good root beers and stuff. So. Come on. God, those ones did not want to come off. I think this will be the end of this one. Yay, dinner's ordered. So that puts a time on me, I suppose. Oh, those are tiny. Maybe too tiny. That's okay. There we go. All right. All my red embeds are done. It looks like a little bit of a murder scene here. So let's wipe up for real quick before we move on to the next color. Lots of loss on this, but I'm saving so much money on it. Arrives in 28 to 30 minutes, so you're fine. Perfect. Alright. My next one, I'm going to take these guys off. Oof. Dusty, dusty, dusty. Grab some paper towel to wipe things down for a little bit. And that will make blue. This is time consuming. With local companies here, it's expensive, and they also use pure cane sugar, which just kind of throws the taste off, along with more natural ingredients. Yeah, I think that there's a time and a place for the pure cane, all natural. I enjoy them at times. Sometimes they're too much. But, yeah, I can understand not liking it. Some of the ones I didn't like at first. But I went to college in New York, and we had Stewart's, which is technically a national brand, but they have the Stewart's gas stations out there, and so you could get it from them, and they had so many flavors, so many unique things and seasonal things. You just can't find them anywhere else. Jones soda was really popular in California for a while when I was living there. So we We also have this one guy who comes to like markets, and he makes like fruit and herb based sodas that are really good, and acid. And I like his stuff whenever we come across him. He does all of his own bottling in glass bottles, and you bring it right back to him. It's fun. All right. Color number 2. There is powder in my glove. That's right. Moxie is also a soda I drink. It's hard to find sometimes and hell expensive. Yeah, that's a hard one to find. We can often find them down here at the Mainly Sandwiches, which is a lobster roll place. They usually carry it for some reason because it's definitely a very East Coast soda. Ooh, that should do it. I forget where you're at. I'm in Houston, Texas. Yeah, I know you're hungry. We should get better about eating before stream. But it's just hard. If we do stream later and eat before, then it's like super late. But if we do it before, then we have to push stream back. I don't know. I don't know of the best option at this time. Yeah, we have some specialty shops around Houston that like have really unique, weird things. We have one that specializes in like all of the weird soda they can possibly find. Occasionally you'll find stuff at like World Market where they're always bringing in what they call unique things, but it's like, I could get that at the Stop and Shop down the street. What are you talking about? Unusual. But, yeah. Okay. Made in Maine, produced in Mass. Yeah. Where are you located, Bullets? If you don't mind me asking. You can be vague, I promise. Blue! So pretty. So very blue. Alright. Make sure the red's all down on its side. We'll start with the blues, which is where I'm at. So I lived mid-Hudson in New York for a while. Do you guys have the Stewarts at the gas stations there? Or no? Or is that just a New York thing? Yes, I do, Eldana. Very nice. What flavors? I have not encountered Stewart's. Oh, it's the best. They have creamsicle and black cherry, and of course your regular soda flavors, but they have a lot of like fruit soda flavors, but not like that gross artificial grape soda. It's like actually good fruit sodas. I am a big fan of fruity sodas, so I absolutely loved it. If you see it, try it. Black cherry was always my favorite. Sometimes you can find key lime pie, which is also really good. But if you went into the actual like Stewart's gas station, or the gas stations that had them, if they were part of like the distribution network, they'd always have like unique flavors other than just the cream soda, orange sickle. Sometimes they'd have apple, sometimes they'd have blackberry or raspberry. Coffee, I think, was one of the ones that came up. Sleeping Bear. What about Sleeping Bear? He's from New Hampshire. Ah. I miss the snow back east sometimes. I know everyone's always like, oh, the snow's terrible, but when it was never really your job to shovel much of it, it's fun. And even when it was my job to shovel some of it when I lived with my ex, who shall not be named, I didn't mind it. It was really fun. You just got to be out in the snow. There's nothing quieter than standing outside after a fresh snow. Equating him to Voldemort, he'd like that too much. Maybe we shouldn't. Just a sad, tiny little man. So, I have my red, I have my blue. What else do I need? I need teal and hot pink for Jinx. Bad tenor, that's only one, Stuart. Indeed it is. Eldana, do you have a favorite Stuart soda? Can't be the only one who likes the more unusual ones. Or knows about the more unusual ones. See, when you're in college in upstate New York, there's not much to do. And you're broke college kids in the mid-Hudson, you start to become opinionated about a lot of things as you walk around the Denny's parking lot at 2 a.m. Good times, but sad times? Funny times? Strange times indeed. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Yeah, I mean, doesn't that describe college for most people? College is a strange phase in life that you either go through, or you've witnessed friends go through, or you were adjacent to, you know? So many little embeds. So many. Alright. Continuing. I'm going to kind of pack this in a little better. Feeling a difference when I'm not rubbing it in quite as much. God, there's still so much powder left. These don't take much. This is just feels like it's taking forever. But it is. Because it is. Because it does. Indeed. The never-ending bucket of embeds. I may actually look into a bigger embed mold because these guys are really tiny, like really little. So I'll have to use a lot of them. Something like twice the depth would be nice. But this was one of the first embed molds that was produced by the company that I get most of my molds from. So now that I've tried one that I like, I might have to try other stuff. Because originally I bought a ice cube mold because that's what I thought people were using. And that was very early on when I had no idea what I was doing. And obviously it didn't work because that's not what you're supposed to use. And now I've got more of it under my belt and I actually know what I'm doing. Maybe it's time to upgrade a little bit. And I didn't feel like that was enough material. Dang, did that mold alert you recently? Yeah, like right now when it won't let go of my bits. It must be taught how to obey, obviously. More. Alright. Scrapey, scrapey, scrapey. Scrapey, scrapey, scrapey. Smash. we get stars and moons. And this little clump that did nothing. But that's okay, because our stars and our moons worked out for the most part. So fragile. Alright. Alright. Let's make our next color. And I'm just gonna keep going for now, I guess. We're just over 4K channel points away from Grimm's next bully stick. Ooh, Grimm needs the love. Grimm needs the treats, or at least that's what he keeps telling us. All right. Let me grab my teal. Excuse me. Green, teal, and hot pink. There we go. Since we just did blue, we'll do the teal, because those colors should overlap nicely. And then we'll go into pink. And then I will reevaluate how long this is taking. Even though this is a money savings, it is a time sink. Yep, he's so underloved in this house. Been working with a lot of primary colors lately. It'll be nice to use a different color. So we did primary colors Monday as well. Okay. Let's see. We'll get a couple handfuls here. I don't need as much as I did for the other ones. That should do it. I have my teal here. And let's mix it up. So this teal starts off kind of dark, but then when it hits the water, it lightens up a lot. And it's a very oceany teal. But when blending it, again, we want to blend it thick and dark so that it colors well. Especially for Jinx, because the Jinx Bomb itself will be a lighter version of this teal. Wonderful, I'm glad you made your bed. Welcome back. Always a arduous task, but satisfying when it's done. Okay. One side, get this other side. Pushing it in, trying to get a little better contact this time. maybe slightly bigger embeds so I don't have to use like 6 per balm. Because these lasting for a while would be nice, so I don't have to remake them very often, because this is a pain in the butt. And I feel bad for all the people who make and sell these, but I understand. There's definitely a business in just buying it. But this way I get to control my colors, so that is nice. Right in the middle, they all want to get stuck. Nice. I never make our bed, I just kind of squirm into the covers at bedtime. Yeah, we make it when we change the sheets, but otherwise it's nice to have it, the bed part, the sheet exposed, so it's nice and cool when you climb in. Oh, that's right. Tomorrow is May the 4th. The internet will be full of memery. Not that it's not always, but extra memery. The same amount of memery, just Star Wars themed. That's true. These ones in the middle keep getting stuck. And it's really getting annoying. So, holding a little closer, you can kind of see the teal, but this is a water activated color, so it shows up very differently when it's wet. Maybe some Star Trek, since there's plenty of trolls on the web. Yep, definitely gonna be some trolls. It's getting compressed up into the grid, and that seems to be contributing to where things are sticking. So if I uncompress this, that might fix that problem. Throw up a Vulcan salute into every Star Wars post I make, just to be contrary. It can be quite fun to be so contrary, though. Year-round, in fact. Indeed. Okay, yep, that's what was causing the problems. Because now they're coming out smooth. Nice and easy. So that's something to watch on this guy. Apparently, and press. No, even pressing, please. Coming out so smooth. Oh, I'm gonna have so much extra because I really only want to do one more color. What do I want to do with this? I don't know what I want to do with it, but I really only want to do one more color. I guess I can just turn it into colored powders, which also works. Yeah, I'll do that. Then I can test kind of the dry powder versus pressed cubes. Do some experimenting. Yeah. Alright. Mega Bomb. We already have Mega Bombs. They're the 3-inch square Mario bombs. Put that in upside down. Ultra bombs, just press it all down into the bowl. Let it be one giant bomb. That could work. That would involve less effort, which is what I'm feeling today. It was a long day at work today because we did absolutely nothing, which is always so much fun. One of my doctors had her baby, and one of my other doctors has to cover all of her surgeries, so she is not in clinic, and the other one's leaving, and it's just been a boring week for me in clinic. But it happens. Okay. So, in order to make powders, I am going to just add to this from the existing bowl and let it dry in the container, which should be totally fine. Ow. Add a little more. Yeah, having nothing to do at work makes the day so much worse. So much worse. Okay. There's my teal that I'll let dry. I'm going to make my other two colors and then just use the bin for everything else. Mixy. All right, blue. Let's get our red here, and then we'll mix up our final color, pink, and press some cubes in pink, and then go from there. Actually, we'll be done at that point, because I'm done. No. These are the things I have to make. They're not always fun to make, so it's much more fun to make with people hanging out. They allow me to eventually do the fun parts. Needs more color. There we go. That's a better red. Now, since I was just working with red, I don't feel super bad about switching over to pink. I love this hot pink. It is so vibrant. Grinding in here, so it's really mixed in. I also think our food is here. Doorbell Grim is very effective. All right. Perfect timing too, because I'm just going to do a couple of these and then call it for the night, because that's kind of where I can be. All right, got that. This is clean. They could use a little scribbing. Press. Some of them are already slid off. That's okay. They'll get tucked right back on and over to the board. First round always has a little bit of the previous color on it. So we'll show off the second round here. And our press. There we go, and nice and pink. Beautiful, nice intense pink. That'll look really almost neon in the water. So with these being smaller, I can really litter them all throughout the bath bomb more so. I'm not sure who to raid tonight, so y'all got some suggestions from out, yeah. So yeah, litter them through the bath bomb more so that there's more pops of color. I think that'll be really fun. Yeah. There we go. And press. Seems like it's a quiet night for all of our places. I'm going to do one more, and then we are done. That way I have equal of all of my Jinx stuff. Okay. Perfect. We have officially made in beds and saved ourselves a couple $100, honestly. Lots of bath bomb powder tonight. Lots of mess, but that's what bath bombing is. Bath bombs are messy. There's really no way around it. But we can save this and turn it into powder so that it's not a complete loss. Get some funky color powder mixes. Always fun. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us as we made a ridiculous number of embeds. This whole sheet is just full. And we'll use those over the next couple of weeks as we make everything else. Reminder for everyone who's in here or came in later, tonight was our shop drop for May. And we launched our Weird collection, which includes our On the Rocks Margarita, Dr. Pepper, all-time favorite, which is our Honey Butter Whataburger soap, Pickle Power, which is a pickle or a dill and cucumber blend, Soap, which is a cilantro and lime soap, making fun of those of us who taste soap when we eat cilantro, as well as releasing 2 of our sugar scrubs, our watermelon scrub, and our Bomb Pop. So these 2 are finally back in stock. I haven't put the labels on them yet because I just made them like yesterday. So we'll get that on there before we get them out to you. But again, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Definitely stop by our Discord. There'll be photos from tonight as well as photos of other things we've been making. And yeah. Zulu, I know it's been hard, but we gotta pick somebody. We gotta go on out to somebody. Found a raid target. He is currently a pickle. Well, that is perfect. Let's head on over. Again, thank you everyone for joining us tonight, and we will see you on Monday. I don't know this person, but he is a pickle. I mean, that seems like a worthy enough cause.